It is pretty crazy how quickly things can change. Black Ops 6 was looking fantastic, but not so much anymore now that we've seen some real gameplay. And to be fair, some of this might just be because Liberty Falls is a bad map, but there are some things about the core gameplay that I just really didn't like, which will probably affect every other map in this game. Like the amount of ammo that we start a match with. I was really hoping that this would be the game to introduce different amounts of ammo for different weapon rarities, but sadly that doesn't seem to be the case. We really do not need hundreds of rounds of ammunition on round 1, it was too much in Cold War, and it's still too much in Black Ops 6. The HUD is, as expected, atrocious. I know that a stylized HUD is too much to ask for nowadays, but why is there so much space between the perks? And why are there gray boxes around the gobblegums? And why does it display salvage, then points? I really hope that the customization options can save this. I thought it was weird that the characters were commenting on the weapons from the box before they were even picked up. Not that this is a very big deal, but if my character is talking about how excited they are for a certain gun, and then I don't pick it up, that would be a little immersion breaking.
Wunderwaffe! Oh, how I've missed you!
The announcer does kind of sound like the Forsaken, which is odd considering he's sort of out of commission. Plus, the introduction for Liberty Falls made it look like Samantha might have been the announcer again, which would have been fun. But hey, maybe Samantha is the announcer and they're just hiding it before the release. But in my opinion, none of these are as big of an issue as the armor, which is unfortunate because I've been pretty open-minded about the new armor system and I have defended it before, but it's something that needs to be done right. And right now, Treyarch is absolutely not doing that. It is just mind-boggling to me that we spawn in with level 1 armor. One of my biggest criticisms about Cold War was the reduced zombie damage at the beginning of the game, which made it a 5-hit down. I was hoping that Treyarch would dial this back a bit for Black Ops 6 so that there would have actually been some tension again in the early rounds, but instead they've done the complete opposite. They've made us even stronger. And I wouldn't even mind if there was an armor wall buy in the spawn room so long as it was pretty expensive, but I just really don't want to start with it already equipped. It's just going to make those earlier rounds even more boring. And then to make matters worse, you are given 3 armor plates by default. So if you do somehow manage to lose the armor that you start with, you can immediately repair it. 3 separate times. Now, I have defended the armor plate mechanic, and I do still think that it could be good, but this is pretty bad. I really don't think we should be spawning in with reserved plates. We should have to go out there and find them for ourselves. At least a maximum of 3 plates isn't too bad. I was honestly expecting it to be 5 or more, but I think this could be a lot better if the number of plates we can hold was 1 less than our current armor level. So, for example, we would have to get level 2 armor just to be able to carry 1 plate, and level 3 armor for 2 plates. Something like this could make plate management more interesting since you would never be able to hold enough plates to fully repair your armor, and it would make the max armor power-up more valuable. We also saw that armor plates will definitely be craftable, which I did expect, but it only costs 50 salvage to craft 1, or 150 to craft all 3, which might be too low. In Cold War, it costs 250 salvage to basically do the same thing, so I think that raising the price to 100 per plate would be better. But I also wouldn't mind if they completely removed this, and forced us to rely solely on the ones dropped by zombies. But by far the worst thing about the armor is just how strong it is. I mean, it does look to be about the same as Cold War, and it was a little crazy in that game too. But then if you take this and combine it with Quick Revive for faster health regen, and with zombies that don't appear to be as fast or aggressive, and omnidirectional movement that's going to make it easier to avoid them, and the fact that we can repair our armor anywhere with plates, and the fact that you can do it even faster with Speed Cola, and presumably with some augments that'll make armor even better, then in this game we are going to be nearly invincible. So I think either the damage that we take with armor has to be significantly increased, or the durability of it has to be significantly decreased, or maybe even both. If they do that, and remove the level 1 armor at the start, and limit the number of plates we can get, and raise the cost of crafting more, then this might actually be the challenging game that they were promising us. You know, the one where people don't get to round 40 or 50 on their first match. But thankfully, it's not all bad news from this event. There are a few new details that I actually really like how melee kills are now worth 105 points rather than 115. It's better than a standard kill, but not as much as a critical kill, so players will be more encouraged to go for headshots to maximize their points instead of only using their melee weapon. Although they are still trying to fix a point system that was never broken in the first place. And I liked I like that it shows you the total number of points you earn in quick succession, instead of a bunch of individual numbers. They did this in Vanguard too, and I really liked it there, but I will still turn this off if I can. And I liked